Aether Senju, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Yeah, to answer your penetration question, see, I've got 2 cards that are close to it. I don't have the heart to reroll this, though. Dodge, ignore defense, critical damage, critical rate, all attack. Yeah, I didn't say energy defense because that's the one I wish was blue. But I don't have the heart to reroll this because, like I said, I would have to combine. And I'd have to do, like, the craft combo, and then I would have to basically uncheck all of this, like so. And I would have to spend 500 crystals and use one of my premium cards, which I'm down to 4. And I'm just not willing to do that, so I'm not going to. And then this one here, I've got recovery rate. The 2 blue stars are the ones I would be willing to reroll. Recovery rate, I'm kind of on the fence about. But the critical damage, critical rate, and all attack, I'm not willing to touch. So again, I'm just not getting pierced on these cards. It's just not going to happen. So, and I'm doing pretty decent on my stats here. I've got 68% all attack, critical damage at 37, critical rate 23, attack speed 19, energy 22, physical 16. Yeah. Ignore defense 43. I could lose some ignore defense as long as I keep that above 30. I'm fine. Cooldown is about as low as I want to get it, so finally got 2% pierce, but man, I've lost 10% ignore defense, so I had to go through all my roster and fix all my characters. Ouch. See, that's the problem that I'm having with a lot of the stuff is tweaking the characters when you have that much of a deficiency or yeah. I don't know why I can't talk today. I'm just not articulate right now. Deficit. When you have that much of a deficit on your a decline on your ignore defense, it's rough. Gonna do some quick energy burn while we chat, and then I'm going to do some null clears. I absolutely cannot play this game without max cooldown or ignore defense. Nobody can. Ignore defense is the most critical stat to have maxed, in my opinion. Next is cooldown, hands down. After that, I prefer to dump everything into all attack, energy attack, physical attack, because they don't cap. Everything else you can kind of tweak per character. But on your cards, ignore defense, cooldown, and then attack. Hands down, every time. Alrighty then. What was I going to do? Oh yes, we were going to go to my friends. Why can't we be friends? Accept it all. Alright. We got enough crystals here for Professor X's uniform. I don't even care if it sucks. I'm getting Professor X's uniform. I built up Doom, thinking he was getting a uniform in Tier 3. Keep dreaming, man. People have been dreaming about a Doom Tier 3 for a long time now. I don't know. I feel like it might happen eventually. I just think about it. Fantastic Four, last couple movies pretty much bombed. People aren't really getting into them. I don't see Doctor Doom getting one anytime soon. 80 million gold thrown away. Doctor Doom is still a good PvP character in his own right. He's got the removes all debuff leadership, and he has a second life. So you slap on an authority, you throw him in timeline potentially, although there's better for timeline. You can also use him in AC. So I know he's not like the pinnacle achievement of wasting 80 million gold, but you know, he's still okay. But yeah, I wouldn't have done that. Is it sad that I still don't have Professor X? I'm only at 6 bios for him. No, it's not sad at all. You know, people play this game at different paces, different rates. People dump different amounts of money into it. So you play the way you like to play it. Professor X has always been good, but he goes up and down in usability, and people have surpassed him. So I'm hoping the uniform puts him back into the ranking. Like Magneto, when he first came out, everybody loved it. He got a tier 3, and he was subpar with this uniform, even though this uniform looks better in my opinion. This is still my favorite because it's the classic. But yeah, House of X came out, he came back, and then they built up other Blast mutants, especially even villain Blast characters, and now he's no longer top tier, but I'm leaving my rage on him because I like him. Same thing with Professor X. I've left my rage on him. So I have a feeling when I get his uniform, I'm going to get a lot of good usage out of him. Got him tiered 3. As you can see, I don't have everything super max. Some of this is over capped because my cards have gotten better since the last time I tweaked his build. So obviously I want to take some critical rate down and give it to critical damage. But honestly, I'm not messing with any of it until he gets a uniform. I want to see what his uniform is and what to work with. And if you want to see Storm in action, I can show you Storm in action. I can't show you Venom. But Venom's got more survivability, more damage, built-in healing. So my personal advice was for the individual that asked between Venom and Storm, I would go with Venom. And I'm tempted to tier 3 Rogue, but I want to see what's in this next update before I do that. Because I've got a Judgment I just got. Actually, I've got a lot of CTPs that I need to equip. And I'm not sure what to do with most of them. So I've got more authorities and destructions than I know what to do with. The energy I'm waiting on. And yes, I've got a mighty energy. I want to re-roll this until it's a 200 with Pierce, but I don't know who to give it to yet. So I'm waiting on that, and I want to re-roll that. Inside, I don't know who to give it to because I took it off Valkyrie and gave Valkyrie a Rage, since now with her uniform, she's meta in ABX. But I got a Judgment. I'm thinking this one's going to go to Rogue. The rest of them, I have no idea what I want to do with them yet. No, I'm already out of energy, huh? Aha, okay. So we're going to go to different game modes and come back to this. But like I said, I'd mentioned doing some null clears, so fuck it. Let's beat the shit out of null 5 times. If I can get my game to not crash. This may very well crash my game. I have to turn down the graphics every time when I do null with Odin because of all of the animations and stuff. It crashes the BlueStacks. Crashes it every time. Crashes it on my phone too. But we're hoping we can get through it with Odin. Let's see what we can do. Hey, Solar Wolf, good to see you. At least I've tier 3 Professor X. I believe his uniform will give him a crazy raw damage instead of relying on all defense down and all mind resistance down. Yep, I hope so. I've been playing DR and DRX almost every day since he came out. Still no luck. Yeah, you might end up having to do... I think you can get him in the bio sub. I can't remember. Yeah, it's supposed to do 2-1. Not a big deal. And crashed. Like I said, almost every time. Let me reset BlueStacks. Leave the graphics on low and see if that makes a difference. Bear with me. Properties. Yeah, for whatever reason... Odin crashes BlueStacks every time, and it's very frustrating. And yes, you saw the Naruto game, if you're still here, Louis. I gave it a shot. Not really addicted to it like Marvel Future Fight, but it is cool. I grew up. Let's see. I grew, but I feel like he's kind of reliant on ADD for now. He is. I want his uniform to make him more raw damage like Namor instead of ADD. Also, my hopes for Namor uniform died. This game hates me. I've gotten a 5th patience in a row from my monthly box. Ouch. That's rough. Black Panther and Namor might be mid-month unis. Who knows? I assume BP for Black Panther, but why do you think Black Panther is going to get one? Nope, only DRX. Professor X uni? Damn, that's rough. I bought him with crystals when he was in DRX because I wanted him. I got all the characters. I've got the full roster of all characters and 240, and I don't have a single tier 1 character. Yes, I have all characters are tier 3 or above. I'm sorry, tier 2 or above. So I have 203 tier 2 characters, 27 tier 3, 10 transcended potentials. Everyone's at 6 stars, all 240 of them. So it's just an obsession of mine. I like to collect them all. It's like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. And, yeah. Stuff and things. Let's hope it won't crash this time. Usually after a reset, it'll actually work, but we'll see. Professor X uni, my time has come. That's why everyone is confused on how we're going to upgrade PX uni. Mega Mythic Uniform ticket. Yep, I got one of those sitting in my inventory, actually. Try Nox, it's way more better graphically and performance-wise. I used to use Nox, but my version of Nox is so outdated, it's not worth it anymore. And it was also causing artifacts and glitches in the game, such as, not DRX, Danger Room Extreme. It had, the character was a red blob instead of showing the character with a red aura. And it would crash on occasion. Now, I don't want to upgrade it because Nox has a lot of bloatware and viruses in it now. And ever since that happened, I switched over to BlueStacks. They said they're going to take out the bloatware. Basically, they made a deal with the company, and the company's like, oh, hey, use our browser software, and it hijacks your browser and puts additional bloatware and trackers on your computer. And everybody flipped out in the community, and they made a big apology about it and said that they would remove it, but it's like, I don't know. The fact that they let bloatware get in there at all made me real nervous to trust them anymore. So I haven't, yeah, I don't know. Your choice, your computer, but I usually suffer through trying to beat Null with Odin because of the crashes. He can do it. He can do it no problem. Actually, Medusa could probably clear him in her own right. Come on off your throne, Mr. Lofty. And I like to stay up here by his throne, so he jumps up here so that we have room to move. Thank you. 5, 4, 6, 2, 1. Let's see if we can knock him past his animation before he stabs the ground. I think we can, actually. Yeah, we can. Boom! Next phase, Nolly boy. And now we have a space to see so we can get inside that circle. Yay. I really do need to finish my video on how to beat Null. It's got really good information. It literally goes over every single attack and animation and how to avoid it. Cool, we kept him from stabbing the ground twice in a row now. Now he comes up to the center. Time to summon your wyvern. And we're gonna switch. Oh no. We switched at the wrong time, and he was still moving. That's fine. We'll stuff him here. There we go. He's gonna pounce on ya. Clear. 3, 6. Whee! Follow that up with a 5, and look at that. Now we're ready to crush him in 27 seconds because he's a ticking time bomb. Alright. Gotta wait for my son. Come on, Thor, Odin's son. Slam down Stormbreaker. Still weird to give him Stormbreaker, but whatever. Let's go. Takk fyrir. Alright, we survived it. Yay, resetting worked. Now I can turn the graphics back up and none of the other characters crash. Doctor Strange will on occasion, but Odin always seems to break the game because of his mighty powerfulness. Which channel? I've used Olorin and Northmother a few times, so which Discord channel, Aether Senju? Olorin was what I was using for a while. That's actually Gandalf's actual name. Gandalf is what they call him. That's why when he comes back in the as Gandalf the White, he's like, Gandalf, yes, that's what they used to call me. Because Gandalf is what they named him, as well as Stormcrow, as well as Mithrandir. But basically it all comes down to different nicknames for Olorin, which is the name of the actual character. So anyway, Northmother is Old Norse, and it means Northman because obviously I'm like a large percentage Nordic. My mother was actually born in Reykjavik, Iceland. As a baby, I mean, my grandfather was a U.S. citizen, so she's a U.S. citizen, and she came over at a real young age. But a couple of my aunts and uncles, like my uncle Berger, he actually lived in Iceland until he was 5. So, but anyway. Yeah, so, Northman. What did I miss here? I know I missed a few things. That's okay. I just like it as a pastime. Isn't BP in Illuminati? Not sure. I wish I had bought Professor X when I could have. Yeah, that's another reason I wanted to buy him, in case we weren't able to get him. Like, we're basically not able to get him. They hate Panther. Laugh my ass off. Try Nox. It's way better. Oh, I already read that part. I wasn't playing yet when Nega and Rachel packs were out in 2019. Not really a fan of A-Bomb to justify the investment, and that's fair. I still wanted them all, so I got them anyway. Oh, okay, I see. Your Discord name. Yep, we talked about that. This is the character you should have tiered 3 instead of Jean. I had nobody for PvP. Still having trouble building another team for Null. These are my Null clear teams. There's other teams that can do it. So this one is obviously Sharon Rogers. Everyone else is there as lead and filler. Then I've got this team. Both Othin and Medusa can do the clear. Then I have this team. Nuke team. The nuker is... Hey, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. The nuker here is Magneto. That's your range damage dealer, and that's the one I use to clear, and I'll show you that clear in a second here. X does okay, but I don't think he can nuke him down at the end. Then there's this team, and it's all about Moonstone. I'm sure Namor can probably do it, but I've never had success doing it. Then over here, there's 2 people that can do this clear by themselves without anyone else. Doctor Strange can do this clear by himself, and Thor can do it by himself. I also heard Moon Knight is more than capable of doing this, but I've never successfully done that myself. I don't know if there's anyone else that can do it. Who have I experimented with? So I couldn't do it with Namor. I had issues. Scarlet Witch, I don't remember trying her. I don't have Captain Marvel built properly to give her a good, honest assessment. Luna can kind of do it, but it's a pain in the ass. I have both of them built for PvP. Storm's too squishy. Moon Knight, I never can nuke him down at the end. And those are the only ones that I've attempted to out of this group. So, but those are my clear teams. But anyway, I'm going to do 5 clears because I like getting all the materials. So, and then striker-wise, I always try to do the buff on damage. And I have 2 that have healers. So this one has Venom. So I never use him as an attacker. I always use him as a striker. And then Baby Groot, or Groot Jr., Groot's son. I use him as well as a healer on 2 of the teams that I need more healing on. Sharon Rogers is not one of those teams, though. I had nobody for PvP. Still having trouble building another team for Null on DM server. On Deathminder server? I am North Mother. If you go to streams by members, I just posted in there this stream. That is Old Norse for Northman. That weird symbol after the R is a character that sounds in English like a TH is pronounced. So, North Mother. Because Mother means man. I know it sounds weird because it sounds very similar to the English word mother. But yeah, no, it's not. But that's me in Deathminder server. Using the nickname function feature. Thank you, Bob. I think I removed Olorin as my nickname on all the servers. I had it there just for, I don't know. I binge watched the extended versions of Lord of the Rings again, and Olorin is my favorite character. Probably followed closely by Aragorn. So, yeah, I just switched it for a while just for fun. Without Pierce, Null is very hard to do, and I have cleared him, I believe, up to stage 5, but I only have a handful of characters that do it. You'll notice I stay on the lowest possible level just because I want the clears and the materials. I don't care about trying to push them into a higher stage. Stage 2 doesn't have the blade twisters, and I hate the blade twisters, so otherwise I would do stage 1, honestly. Really? You crashed on Sharon? Man. Sorry to make you guys keep watching the same gameplay action, but hopefully you're enjoying the conversation. I've got a beefy computer. A really beefy computer, so I have no idea why BlueStacks has so much trouble with this game. I thought maybe it's not on my desktop anymore. Where do I have it? Let me go to my OneDrive real quick. 1 second. Come on, open OneDrive. Here we go. I think it's under Documents. Arctic Dragon build. That's what I call my current computer. Alright, so I'm running a Intel Core i7-7700K 4.2 gigahertz quad processor by Intel. I've got an Asus ROG Maxus 9 Hero motherboard, and my GPU is an MSI GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. So my computer crushes the requirements, so there's literally something funky going on with BlueStacks in this game. There is no reason for my game to be crashing. I even turned on the higher emulation stuff in the background where it uses more resources. It's the only thing I've got running besides for streaming stuff, so I don't understand. This makes no sense to me. Yeah, I got a 1080 Ti. Well, I do virtual reality, and I need a powerful card for it. And I also play games on max settings, because I'm a gamer. So I built a gaming rig. Like, I bought all the pieces and built this machine myself. Yes, fuck Goldie. Big mistake. When he gets the Void uniform, he will be unbeatable. Loads online on top 5. Free-to-play null clears. MS, the undefeated champion of the world. My Magneto can almost clear null with 50% energy attack and non-cap stats. GR is a glass cannon. I know he's paywall, but my Carnage can clear with a proc. North Mother. Raw, LOL. Don't worry, I'm enjoying your voice. More the communication is on point. Really, 1080 Ti? I thought you'd get something like a 2080 or 3080. Are you going to? I'm a gamer. Ah, gotcha. So I built this PC, I don't know how many years ago, but the 1080 Ti just came out. I spent like $500 on my graphics card. So would I want a 2080 or a 3080? You betcha. But I bought this again. I bought the pieces from, I do PC part picker to help with my builds. And I ended up trying to find one of the better graphics card on the market. I didn't want to get the ones that were brand new because you end up spending almost $300 if it just came out. Yeah, like I said, the 1080 Ti was like, just came out, and I think there was one card that was better at the time, but I wanted to get something that would last me for a while, and like I said, this computer, I don't even remember when I freaking bought it now. I think I bought some of the parts off of Newegg. I'm not going to look for it right now. I'd have to dig and research, but I know it's been several years. Definitely been over 4 years since I built this. Maybe 5. And as you know, technology with computers gets obsolete really quick. There's that purple light, so he's about to put me up in that cage. No! Let me go, Null! I will destroy you with my stolen Wonder Woman outfit. Come on down off your lofty throne. I've got a big spear. That's also a gun. Because I'm Captain America. Did anybody notice that in Marvel Avengers they technically have Sharon Rogers? Technically. So think about it this way, right? There's this one scene when they're on the ship and Steve Rogers is talking to Sharon Carter. Sharon Carter is the daughter of his love, so he goes back in time, which means if she still gets born, she won't be Sharon Carter, she'll be Sharon Rogers. Thus, they could kind of work this into the MCU, this character, because this is the daughter of Steve Rogers. That's why she's Captain America. And then it has Sharon Rogers listed next to it because she takes over her father's mantle. Interesting, right? I don't know, maybe you don't find it interesting. I think it's interesting. I think it's a fun theory. Come on, quickly, 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 quickly. Thank you. Alright. We use the swap trick. You take your little wyvern up there, Null, and you breathe in the corner because I'm going to stay down here with Hulk and wait for you. Hulk smash! But actually, I'm going to switch to Sharon because I want to... Oh, nope. She is built up. I want to make sure I build her up. But we're going to have to swap her when he does this huge stage thing. And if you go in the middle, it's sometimes easier to find it because they push it real far away from you on purpose. Hulk smash. Oh, you going to do your little octopus shit? And your laser beam? Oh, okay. Well, apparently I will blow you up with my mind because I was frozen and you still got blown deducted. Thor, I need you, my friend. Yeah, my Thor can clear and all. It's going to be one of my clears today. Skittish. Oh. Usually she does that in that little blast there on her tier 3, but sometimes it does mess up, so good recovery time. Good recovery time. I saw you streaming VR a few days ago. Yes, yes I did. And now that I've fixed my ground, I'll actually be able to play my games. I started playing Gates of Nowhere, and I'm probably going to stream that today or tomorrow. I don't know. I love VR. It's so much fun. I can't chat with y'all when I'm playing, though, because my headset's on. Let's use Moonstone next. Nice. I'd love to see some different clears. Who on your roster can clear Null right now? Man, were you not listening a few minutes ago? Jeesh. Don't worry, I'll show you all of my Null clears in a second. I've got maybe about 7. Yeah, I've got about 7 fairly confident Null clears. Get off your throne. Damn it. He knocked me back while I was doing my blast. What a little bitch. Null, you're a bitch. Get off your throne. Moonstone demands it. But yeah, don't worry, Aether Senju. I'll go over my list of Null clears in a second here. I don't have Pierce. Just keep in mind that if you do have Pierce, the clears are much, much easier. I like to skirt the outside rim here, and it allows those to ricochet around you. I always start at his... Oh, no, 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 no. I always start at his feet when I do it, though. Because... Damn it. He interrupted me. Because if you start at his feet, you have more time to run around the arena and have it ricochet by using the circle to your advantage of the... circle of the arena itself. Man, I tell you, sometimes I can't talk. Slash, slash, jump, slash. Okay, boom, boom. Thank you. And you still interrupted me. That is the one problem I have with Moonstone, is his strikes will actually stop her from doing her 3 a lot. Okay, everything does. Yeah. I can't use my... No, 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 no. Come on, move. Why can't I move out of this? Seriously. I'm, like, stuck next to him and I can't move. What the hell? Let me tell you how annoying that is. I usually do not have this much trouble with her. Usually, he's dead by now. Go ahead. Just keep interrupting my 3 over and over and over and over again. You broke little turd. Now we're going to have to stay up here because we're down a character. Okay, until he leans his head back and then run out of that purple. Because that breath weapon there is an insta-kill. I assume you all know this, but you might not. See if we can catch this again. Going towards the middle, it's easier to get to. There we go. Face cam, sometimes I have it up. I just don't have it up right now. I can put it on if it makes you feel better to see my ugly mug, but that's up to y'all. Oh, shucks, Louie. Boom! Here we go. Nice. Can I... I'd love to see some different clears. Who's on your roster? Who can clear Null? We'll talk about that. They already made Falcon the cap in the newest episode, and the kid takes the role of the Falcon. And by the time Falcon decides he doesn't want to be the CA, the character of CA in the MCU, Chris Evans said he would come back to play as CA in the MCU. It's complicated typing it up. Fair. Face cam. You're not ugly. You're sexy as anything I've seen. No homo, by the way. No problem with that. Nothing against the LGBTQ. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that either. It is possible to find someone attractive without actually being of the homosexual persuasion, and there's nothing wrong with being homosexual. I've got no problems with either of those. I can accept compliments from people of the same gender, sex, identity, or whatever you want to use to call it today, and have no problem with that. Alrighty then, let's talk about my null clears that I'm able to do. So Sharon Rogers is the main damage dealer. Odin as the main damage dealer. Medusa can do it as well. So that's 2 more. So that's 1, 2, but I like to use this as a team, of course. 3 would be Magneto. I'm sorry, 4 would be Magneto. 5 would be Moonstone, which you just saw. 6 would be Doctor Strange. 7 would be Thor. 8 would be Luna, but it's very hard. 9 would be Moon Knight, but again, very hard for me. I don't know if I can clear with any of my other team members. I think there are other clears that can definitely do it, but I don't know if my rosters are strong enough for it. So, oh yeah. Okay. Yank that right off. That works. There you go. Per popular request, demand, etc. All right. Where are we at? And we don't need it that big. I blew it up for the sake of when I was playing DR. People like to see folks moving in DR whenever folks are playing, so I was like, yeah, I can put on my webcam when I play DR. Most of the time I leave it off, especially when I get done exercising and my hair's covered in sweat. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave my cam off. No one wants to see that. Moving on. Time to clear Null yet again. I'd like to see Thor and maybe Gambit. I can try Gambit, but I'm not sure if he can, but I can try that. Do that in the training mode afterwards. How's the doggos? All three are doing fantastic. Yes, I'm down to 3, unfortunately. I know most of you know that, but some of you may not. I don't know how long it's been since some of you have visited. So I use Magneto for his nuking power here, but Magneto, unfortunately, is a glass cannon. Quick. Ah! Pulled me out of the air on my tier 3. I've actually been able to avoid that cage by utilizing Doctor Strange. And sometimes it's tier 3 if you time it just right, which I do it on accident. I don't do it just right. But I do it on accident, and he ends up avoiding getting pulled down by that cage, which is kind of cool. There we go. One of the other things I want folks to keep in mind too, that even though there's characters that can do these clears, if you don't have the proper card setup or proper equipment on your character, you might not be able to do it with your own version of that character. Ooh, shit. Oh, that could have been bad. Alright, and there, a nice little trick. When he gets off his throne and he's about to jump. This is actually going to be in my video as well. You can switch right here. Boom! And he stays in the same spot. 3, 6. Wait for the screen to fade back. Right there. Hit 5. And get ready to switch because you only have a few seconds to do a combo before he does this. Leans back for his stance, so I switch to Professor X and run around the corner of the ring. Now my Professor X runs a little slower, so you gotta be real careful when trying to avoid this stuff. There we go. You're almost down to his next phase. I will actually use Professor X here the entire time to beat him down to his final phases. I am not going to use this tier 3 because remember at 22 is the animation interruption, and I will be wasting all of the nukiness right there. I'll be wasting all the nukiness of this tier 3. Now we got to run to an open spot and look for the circle. We're safe. Good. Okay, let's wait. You can switch to survive that. I just don't know the time to switch, so I always look for the circle. There's this tier 3. Let's nuke him down. Remember, 13 bars is his next phase. I don't know why I'm explaining this as I go. Probably just so you can hear my soothing voice. Almost there. And he's stabbing the ground. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Not all characters are bursty enough to skip phases, and that's fine. We're fine with that. Now he's going to jump to the top center. I'm still going to try to beat him down as much as I can. I'm actually going to switch over here to Magneto. Oh, shit. Because I wanted to pick up the healing, and I want to not switch to Magneto at the end. I want to use Mystique's combo again here. Beat him down to 7.5 bars. Boom. Final phase. This is another reason I do it on 2. Like I said, Moonstone and Sharon Rogers are the only ones that I've been able to successfully clear at real high stages. When I mean high stages for me, Null clears at level 4 and 5. This has pretty much been Moonstone and Sharon Rogers only. I've not been able to use these other characters and clear them at that high of a stage. But if you're interested in seeing that, I don't mind redoing it in training mode just so you can see it firsthand. Audience's choice. Boom. The key thing with null clears is not just surviving and getting past his movements, but you have 25 seconds to get him from however low you can get him. At 7.5 bars, he jumps. You can still hit him, and if you have ranged characters, you can hit him while he's in the center there. But once Thor hits him with Stormbreaker and he gives that opening, you have 25 seconds, and then he clears your whole team, no matter how many people are alive. And you could have 3 minutes on the clock. Doesn't matter. 25 seconds, the whole team's cleared. Ah, yes. Love to see the person experiencing VR fail and see them doing things when there's nothing in front of them. Right? I mean, it's just, it makes it more fun. By the way, I came home seeing my nephew had cleared stage 1 of Null the other day after it took me like 2 weeks. Nothing wrong with that. I think I will go all in on X again. You're like the twin Alex never had. I guess. Alex's Walmart version of Blaze. Oh, damn. LOL, or is it the opposite? True. And this was film theory. Pretty sure I wrote it, right? I was only able to clear Null with my Rogue and Carnage after getting Pierce. Both are well built, but they have obelisks. Nothing wrong with that, and I don't have Pierce yet. Pierce, I heard, steps up the game to a whole new level. I will do Thor's clear here. If you want to see Doctor Strange's, I can do it again with Doctor Strange. Really glad Professor X is getting a uniform. Same. Yes, Blaze, you see, they had to make the top strongest PvE tunes female, so female don't think they don't care about them. Probably. There's a lot of this, they call it wokeness. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, people are people. I don't care if you're male, female, young, old. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what your ethnicity is. I don't care what your religion is. If you're going to be judged by me based upon you, your actions, your words. Everything else is completely irrelevant. And the same thing goes for my characters. I like characters for characters. If they're good, strong characters with a good story and background, if they are characters that struggle and we can live their journey with them, I don't care about any of those details. All of them are irrelevant. However, when you push characters into certain molds to hit checkboxes, that's what irritates me. That's what bothers me. It bothers me when they take characters and they change their gender, race, color, or religion to hit checkboxes, because you're riding on the backs of other successful characters. One of the examples I've seen of this is people are complaining, like they're talking about changing some of the characters, and they've done this, and they've replaced them and used characters of a different ethnicity or gender, and they act like that's normal for that character. And people complain, and then they counter-complain. Well, you have no right to complain about that. Yeah, but if you take iconic characters that are quote-unquote diverse for the United States and were to change them to... Like, if you take Black Panther and make him a white guy with blonde hair and he's homosexual, people would flip out, as an example. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't like getting caught up in all of that. I just ignore it. But it does get irritating after a while. Like they're trying to prove something. And it's like you can make strong characters. And there's nothing wrong with that. That are of unique stuff. But they've been doing that in the history of Marvel. I mean, look at X-Men. X-Men is been out for a while, and it's one of the most diverse casts ever. Like, the leader is straight up in a wheelchair. Like, they even bitched to Stan Lee back in the day. Like, oh, you can't put your leader in a wheelchair. You can't have a disabled person leading the group. And people love Professor X. And then you have people from all sorts of different stuff. You have Rogue, who's Southern. You have Gambit, who's Cajun. You have Wolverine, who's from Canada. You have Jubilee, who's Asian. You have Storm from Africa. You have all of these different diverse characters, and it was never an issue. Nobody complained and bitched like, oh, well, Jubilee's Asian, that's not right. Or nobody bitched, oh, Storm is from Africa. People loved and still love the characters. So that's why it irritates me when they switch it to try to check diversity boxes, but I don't know. It is what it is. Usually I can skip the phase here, but he's about to get into the stance. Oh, nope, no. We skipped the phase. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, like, I'll be damned if someone tells me I can't like Storm because I'm a white guy and she's a black female. Like, fuck that noise. I don't look at Storm specifically, oh, she's female and she's black. No, Storm's a badass character who's got a good background, who is worshipped in her tribe as a goddess, controls the fucking weather, leads the X-Men when Cyclops wasn't able to for a while, steps in as the leader. She's a badass character in her own right, but she's not perfect. She makes mistakes, and she's been able to be defeated before. You know, she first fights against Magneto and throws lightning at him, and he absorbs it. Oh, didn't you know electricity and magnetism are related? That shit's awesome! You know, it's just great, because she's not all unstoppable and all invincible. Or Wolverine. Everybody loves Wolverine, but guess what? He couldn't beat Omega Red. Guess who gets to do it? Storm. Does she do it by overpowering him? No, she exploits a weakness and freezes him. You know, it's like... it's neat to see characters struggle and grow, and yeah. No. Oh, why? The nice thing is I can close the tab and reopen the tab. Sorry, you get me started on forcing in characters. Like, technically I can complain about the Asgardians being of Nordic blood. All the Asgardians should be Nordic actors and actresses. And no, they threw in Asians and black people and also like Heimdall and even with the Warriors 3 and stuff, and they mixed and matched them and made them of different groups. Even the Valkyrie, because Valkyrie is a job, but I didn't go around bitching about it. It's just, okay, whatever. At the end of the day, the actors and actresses did fantastic playing their characters, and that was what I was most interested in, is seeing them well portrayed. That, and it's a comic book. It's allowed to be whatever it wants. It's just, I didn't think it was necessary to do that. Let's see. Hopefully we don't crash this time. Hopefully we can get through it this time. I was able to clear null. Really glad Professor X. Pierce, basically, don't be a douche. Yeah. 100% Blaze, I agree. I agree, Blaze, 100%. Basically, don't be a douche. Yes, yeah, like yes, like Valkyrie. That brought some drama in the MFF community. Who is worse, Brie Larson or Amber Heard? Amber Heard plays the victim. And she acts like she does nothing wrong, and she's using the, oh, well, I'm a woman, so of course I was the one in the relationship that was abused. That shit pisses me off. Brie Larson acts like she's everybody's hero. She talks a big game, but it irritates me because, again, going back to, you can love the characters you love. It doesn't matter. They don't have to represent you to have you like them or relate with them. And Brie straight up said, when it came to that, what was that movie? A Wrinkle in Time. Loved it. Awesome movie. She actually said, I don't care what a 40-year-old white dude thinks of A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for you. So movies are made for people. You can't enjoy a movie unless you look a certain way or a certain age and have a certain skin color? What? So fuck you, Brie. I love A Wrinkle in Time. I thought it was great. Why does it have to be made for someone? To me, that puts people in boxes, and I don't agree with that. Like I said, you should be judged based upon who you are, not boxes. And she did the same thing with her press release. She specifically said she wanted a diverse press conference for one of her movies, and she insisted on having people of diversity, people, you know, that were disabled, people of color, and they had to be in there. It didn't matter how good of a reporter they were. She ignored their abilities and focused on how they looked. That shit pisses me off. So I guess it comes down to who's worse. It depends what you consider worse. I don't think either of them are bad people. I just don't agree with their philosophy. I don't agree with lumping people into boxes, and I also don't agree with playing the victim card because of male, female, whatever the case may be in a relationship. I don't agree with either of those. So it's just, yeah. Exactly. Wait, Jubilee is Asian? Yeah, Jubilation Lee is Asian. I never noticed that. Yeah, even when they had her portrayed in the X-Men movie, they had an Asian actress play her because she's Asian. Yeah, look it up. I think you can even see it in here. Hold on. Let me clear null real quick. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been some bad stuff, too. Like, for example, the Ancient One being played by a white female instead of a Tibetan man. There's a reason for this, and it was all political. It's because apparently China, which was a big market, has a lot of hatred towards Tibet for some reason. So they recasted the character, and people complained. It's interesting that in American cinema, Asians have actually been shit on a lot more than other people of color, of the ethnic groups. Like even Bruce Lee, yes, adore Bruce Lee. When he played Kato in The Green Hornet, had to wear a mask, didn't want to show his face. He actually came up with the idea for Kung Fu, and they cast it with David Carradine because he was a white guy, and just said he was half Asian because they didn't want to have an Asian starring in a TV show. So it was pretty rough. But even Marvel had problems with that, not only with the Ancient One, ended up being a title past that was Celtic. Well, in the comic books, the Ancient One is the only Ancient One. It was never passed on. It wasn't a mantle. It was the same person who originally discovered magic and started protecting Earth. So it was interesting to see that change, but as I understand it, it was because of China that they did that. And that's not to say that all of China is terrible. It's specifically the Chinese government had issues with it, and they were concerned that enough of the populace would also be affected by it that they decided to play it differently. That's what I had heard. I don't know how accurate it is. But if you look at Steve Ditko, so Steve Ditko, those of you who do not know who that is, he is the artist who is essentially the creator of Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. There is a reason that Spider-Man does this and Doctor Strange does this for his spells. It's just in Steve Ditko's head, who's no longer with us, he passed away. That is just the cool manipulation symbol, very magical, arcane symbol. So he liked to draw hands like that. And he was great at drawing hands. Stan Lee came up with a lot of stories from the characters that were created by others. He took them in different places, so he was definitely part of writing the stories, but the actual creator is Steve Ditko. Steve Ditko originally drew Doctor Strange as having slanted eyes. And there's a reason for this. And it's sort of funny, that's why I'm smiling, but it's really not. It just goes to show how people can be, I wouldn't use the word racist. They can have tendencies that today would definitely be labeled as racist because of a different culture and upbringing, and just a different way of looking at stuff. Ooh, okay. The reason that Doctor Strange had slanted eyes was because the way that Steve Ditko viewed things is Asia was very mysterious and magical. And he drew Doctor Strange as having slanted eyes because he had magic and mysticism, and of course that's Asian, so you have to be Asian to do that. He actually wrote a character, and the character was from America, and he was basically a white guy, and he started getting magical powers, and his skin turned yellow-ish, and his eyes slanted. And the character even commented on it. You can look it up. I'm dead serious. It's interesting to think of how folks view that type of stuff differently, depending on where you're from. But yeah, anyway, I feel like we got down a rabbit hole on that. I'm sorry for continuing that conversation. Let's just move on and beat the crap out of Null. Do what we're all here for, enjoying Marvel and playing a great game. Sorry about that. Yep, 5 people dropped off. I could... Not a popular conversation. Interesting, but not a popular one, and I get that. Alright, there we go. Null clear again. Let's see, what did I miss here? Yet she is a powerhouse who doesn't want to control the weather, right? Look at Magneto Man as a survivor of the concentration camps and Nazi torture, and he's one of the most popular characters ever in comics. Yeah, Magneto is a Jew. Yes, he is. They're actually making a big deal of it because they're going to recast Magneto. When they include him in the MCU, they're going to cast him as a black male. And there's actually comic book fans who are black males who are also throwing a hissy fit because they're like, it would completely change the dynamic of his story. He is a Holocaust survivor. That is what makes Magneto who he is. And that's why he hates humans, because of the way the humans treated him in the concentration camps with his family. So there are people that are actual fans of it that are defending it. But yeah, no, I'm dead serious. Look it up. This stuff is real, for sure. Like, even when you introduced Magneto in the live action movies, they are literally going through the Holocaust, literally in a concentration camp with his parents when he discovers his powers. It's dead serious. Dead serious. Yeah, look it up. I am not joking. Ah yes, Blaze witnessed the void. Look at Beast. If you think about it, he's a tortured man with a Jekyll and Hyde personality. Indeed. Apparently the community was talking about why the Asgardians have no tag on the characters like the X-Men or the symbiotes. Yeah, it kind of bothers us because they're literally an entire alien species. So I'm not really sure. Do you guys want to see other null clears? Did you want me to show you Magneto or any of the other ones? I think someone requested a Gambit clear, so I'll do the Gambit clear real quick. Who would I use for Gambit? You know what? Screw it. I'll just replace Thor with it. I think this team would work just fine for Gambit. Can Storm make rain in Africa so people would have something to drink? Yes. But she'd have to do every single storm for that. Storm, make a storm. Brie Larson is straight out of the blue. Well, I mean, someone was asking who's worse, Amber Heard or... Yeah, Solar Wolf said who's worse, Brie Larson or Amber Heard. Solar Wolf has followed my stream enough. He knows I have a distaste for Brie because of her political views. So he likes to bring her up to irritate me. He does it intentionally, and it always works. Just like he used to play Friday when I allowed song requests. Yes, in comics, Storm uses her powers to help Africa gets better, not just Wakanda. Oh, LOL. On the comics, one of the reasons that led Storm to divorcing from Panther is due to the fact that he only cares for Wakanda and he would left the rest of Africa rot. She cares about Wakanda and all of Africa. One of the many reasons to adore Storm. Like, just everything about that character, how she's written, personality, her outfits, her powers, everything about Storm is awesome. Storm definitely ranks up there in, like, one of the top X-Men characters. I don't like this look for her. I actually think this look is pretty cool. But her traditional white uniform look is probably my favorite. But this one I think is probably cooler out of these. No, I actually like that one better. Out of the three that we have in the game. I think this is my favorite outfit out of the three uniforms. But this one's more powerful, so you gotta go with that one. Jubilation Lee really quick, then we'll go clear it with Gambit. Yeah, I think... It's not under details, I'm sorry. Info. Nope, they don't actually cover that here. Interesting. All right, let's hit the Googles. Jubilee. Jubilee X-Men. Apparently that's also a biblical name. Was not aware of that. Wikipedia. There we go. Jubilation Lee, Marvel Comics. Is a fictional character appealing, blah, 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 writers, blah, blah, blah. Is a member of the X-Men. She can generate, yeah, Jubilee, youngest member, often, yep. Blah, blah, blah. The characters developed. Jubilation Lee, cameo appearance. Yeah, she was played by Kia Wong in the sequels. First appearance, Jubilation Lee. That boy. Regular appearance, stable X-Men. Oh, she became a vampire at one point. So here we go. Origins of Jubilee from Wikipedia. The daughter of two prosperous Chinese immigrants, Jubilation Lee, Jubilee, was born in Beverly Hills, California, where she lived with her wealthy parents. An immensely talented gymnast, she was believed to have the potential to participate in the Olympic Games. However, her life was destroyed when her parents were murdered by the hitmen Reno and Molokai. Jubilee was sent to an orphanage, but she ran away and hid in the Hollywood Mall, stealing food to survive. She first discovered her mutant powers to generate blinding and explosive energy blasts, what she herself refers to as fireworks, while running away from mall security. The stress of running away from the security guards caused Jubilee to emit a large light energy blast while in a back alley. This completely disoriented the men and allowed her to escape. Upon learning about her mutant ability, she realized she could earn money by using her powers to entertain customers in the mall. Yeah, Jubilation Lee is a Chinese American character. But again, Marvel was never about pushing it. It felt natural. It just fit the characters. It always did. But yeah, there you go. There's some more information for you. In the comics. No. That's why we are here, Blaze. Well, cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Wait, did I hear it right? Black Magneto? This ain't right. Yeah, look it up, Solar Wolf. I'll send you an article later. Like I said, there's a couple streamers and YouTube people that were bitching about it too. I have a problem with that. A lot of people did, because again, these characters are popular because of who they are and how they've evolved. So quickly changing them to check boxes changes the character. Make a new character, you know? Because people are trying to go for more diversity, you know, you have characters like Swordmaster, who they're porting over from manga, you know? Do stuff like that. Or Static Shock, brand new character made out of nowhere who's a great character. Like, you can make new characters, it's fine. I mean, it would kind of make sense since he's black and he could relate to slavery and a reason to hate humans, right? No. So the difference there would be he'd have to be extremely old to go through the slavery portion of it. The portion with Magneto specifically is he actually lived through the Holocaust. He actually experienced it firsthand. Don't get me wrong. The way that a lot of, not everyone, but the way a lot of folks were after that time period when people were starting to get free in this country, they were still treated like garbage. And even to this day, people treat each other like garbage for no reason. So there's still an aesthetic there they could use, but it doesn't necessarily fill in or feature what the character was originally designed for. So again, make a new character. That would be a fine origin and backstory for a different character. But that's why people are complaining. They're like, they grew up liking this character, and they don't want to see him changed. A black Magneto in the MCU might be brilliant, but he should still be Jewish. Yeah, I hope they keep him a Jew. Jewish is what Jews. Yeah, I think Jew is the proper terminology, but I could be wrong. Nah, man, I don't want a black Magneto. Just keep characters how they are. If you don't mind doing another Magneto clear, it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I don't mind doing another Magneto clear. But I'm gonna do the Gambit first because that was requested. I assume the requester is still here to see Gambit because I don't want to do it if you don't get to see it. Don't do another Human Torch. One of the retcons I'll never accept are Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. My dream uniform for her is the 90s uniform. I can't remember that one. What you work as out of streaming and YouTube, you seem like good educated man, maybe a teacher. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't get much stream activity. I have 13 viewers right now. I think the cap I've ever hit was 15, and most times I stream, it's about 3 to 4. It is what it is, but thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Love the conversations. I love interacting with the audience. So yeah, keep the questions coming and the conversation going. Yeah, when they also had Iceman openly admitting he was gay, even though he was in a relationship before with Dazzler, Emma, and other ex-girls, right? I mean, I guess you could have made him bisexual, but they completely flipped him and changed the dynamic of the character. And also his sexuality. I don't understand why sexuality is so important for characters. Like, I don't care if he's gay or not. It never bothered me. Iceman's still a badass, and I still like Iceman. Even with them changing, I don't think they've changed him enough because I don't think sexuality is that important to make me no longer like the character because they changed it. It was something subtle. It's like, okay, he has a different preference sexually. I don't really look up comics to see Iceman getting his thing on, so it doesn't affect me. But again, why did they feel the necessity to do that? I think you see stuff like that when they tried to do the what was it? The new Safe Space and Snowflake, those characters, like, they specifically start out by saying what their sexuality is as if that's a defining characteristic. Like, to me, your sexuality isn't a defining characteristic. It's part of who you are, but I don't care. Like, unless I'm in a relationship with you, it really is meaningless to me what your sexuality is. So for my wife, I care what her sexuality is because we're in a relationship. But aside from that, I don't care. I really don't. So yeah, I don't understand. But people have different preferences and things that they need. I don't know his best combo, and I don't have him well built, but I will do the best I can. Please do not take this as an example of what Gambit's capable of, because it's by no means his full potential. If anybody knows his best rotation, I do have an Obelisk with a proc. As you can see, I just wasted his proc there. I try to get the proc on the 5 if I can, but I don't know how to properly maintain that. Oh. We got some rotations. Let's check this out. And actually, yeah, I do teaching, by the way, so I'm glad that is personified by my voice. I've actually got another YouTube channel where I talk about spirituality and do teaching stuff, but I've also done martial arts teaching seminars and public talks about spirituality and stuff. Yeah, what time do you start streaming normally? Usually Saturdays and Sundays at reset, although lately, because of less viewers, I've been a little discouraged, so I don't stream as much as I used to. I do have a Discord if you'd like to join, and I'm trying to start announcing that more often. I remember reading this comic run where Magneto savagely and mercilessly beaten Red Skull no bloody pulp. He was stepping on Red Skull's face like you squash cockroaches. He really hates Nazis. Nazis also hate mutants. Can't wait till PX starts throwing his wheelchair at Null across the arena. 6-3-5 or 3-5. Okay, so 3-5. Thank you. Rotation is 3 when card is about to close, press 5. Thank you. Asian, Professor X, and Black Magneto, both gay, and they would adopt a child. Would be kind of cool, right? Oh, Solar Wolf. I think I messed it up. It was supposed to be 6. It's alright. We'll get this down. So, oh. Damn, the proc didn't hit there, right? Alright, so 3. Yeah, see, it's procking beforehand. If I wait for the cards to close. Is there any way to line it up with a proc? Yeah, I know you can move at 5. Ooh, there we go. So if I cancel 3 right away, that seems to be working pretty decent. Yeah, there we go. I'll just do that. I'll just do 3 insta cancel 5. Because that actually seems to be doing damage. So 6, 3, 5. Boom. There we go. That's the type of damage I expect to see at a Gambit. We did burn a lot of time trying to figure that out, though. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's actually any X-Men characters that I genuinely did not care for. And honestly, I can't think of any. I think I really liked all the X-Men characters. Yeah, he's gonna stab the ground. Ooh, that's not good. Damn. 3 didn't pop off. Yeah, that actually does affect the damage. Doing that 3 first helps, doesn't it? And here we go again. Oh, he's going to jump here. I forgot. That's the second one. Yeah, I think if you know how to avoid his stuff, you can do this with a lot more characters. But my biggest concern is whether or not they can do the burst down at the end. Damn it. Woo! I think I need to save that awaken skill for the last burst down, huh? Alright, Fang. I'm sorry, you gotta get off my wrist, buddy. Oh, come on, BlueStacks. Come on.